From the relationship between y and x, we can know that when y is 2, that x is smaller than 0. So we can get the probability of y equal to 2 is the probability that x is smaller than 0, which is fx0. And then it is the same for the y is 0. It would be the probability that x is from 0 to 1. So it is equivalent to the probability of x is smaller than 1 minus x is smaller than 0, which is fx1 minus fx0. And when y is -1, that x is larger than 2. So it would be the probability of x is larger than 2, which is 1 minus x smaller and equal to 2, which is 1 minus fx2. So we need to know what is the function when x is from 1 to 2. That is when y is from 0 to -1, which is in this range. We would use this formula to get the function of y, and then it would be fx1 minus y. Because when we do the derivation, it would be, because fx is negative x plus 1, so x would be 1 minus y. That is, we can replace x with 1 minus y, and then the derivation would be 1, so the result would be fx1 minus y. So when we try to get the big y, the big function for y, we can do the integration, and then it would be from negative infinity to y, and then to do the integration, we can separate it from negative infinity to -1 and -1 to y, because it would be different when y is from, it would be different when y is smaller than, because it would be different when y is smaller than -1, and that's why we need to separate the negative infinity to y. And then when we do the integration, this item should be fx1 minus alpha and d1 minus alpha. And then we can replace the -1 and the negative infinity. That is that is 2. That is 2 and the infinity. And there is a negative sign, and it would be negative and negative, so it would be positive. and it would it would be the same for this term, so it would be fx1 minus y minus the negative fx2. So we can eliminate the same item because they have the different sign, and then the result would be, this would be 1, so the result would be 1 minus the fx1 minus y. So when we try to draw the figure, when y is -1, the probability would be 1 minus fx2. So it would be a delta function when y is -1, because that is the small function, and then from y, when y is from -1 and 0, it would be like, it would in this range, because when y is from 0 to -1, that x is from 1 to 2, so it would be in this range, and also it would be the fx1 minus y. So the shape of the function would be the same of this part, and yeah, and then when y is 0, there will be another delta function, that is fx1, the area is fx1 minus fx0, and when y is 2, there will be another delta function, that is fx0. So when we try to draw the figure of this function, when y is smaller than -1, the value should be 0, because there is no value because when y is smaller than -1, the value should be 0. So the integration value is 0 as well. So when y is -1, because there is a delta function, so when we do the integration, it would be, the value should be the area of the delta function. So it should be 1 minus fx2. And then we do another integration, it should be like that, and there is another delta function. So it would increase fx1 minus fx0 until the y is 2, and it would increase fx0 because there is another delta function. So I suppose the shape should be like that, and I take note of the increased value.